Hi everyone, Renee here, and I've got my May favorites for you. I've discovered a new hydrating toner that I've been using and loving! iUNIK's Vitamin Hyaluronic Acid Vitalizing Toner. I feel like I'm slowly working through all the products from this brand. I'm trying out everything, and this guy is exactly the kind of hydrating toner that I love. You may remember that last year one of my favorite toners was from iUNIK. It was their hyaluronic acid toner. This is pretty much exactly the same consistency, the same kind of hydratingness. Difference is this also has vitamin tree extract in it. Pretty much in Korean cosmetics, anything with the word vitamin means seed buckthorn. And it's called that because the leaves and the fruits are so full of vitamins and really rich in antioxidants. In particular, it's very rich in vitamin C and E. This extract is also great for soothing and calming inflamed or really irritated skin. In fact, it's been used as a treatment for burns, in particular sunburns as well. This is 45% sodium hyaluronate, 5% seed buckthorn extract. It's also got a good amount of niacinamide, licorice root for soothing, calming, and brightening. What's interesting is it's also got rooibos extract, which is one of my favorite teas, and it's also very antioxidant rich, so I like that. To me, this is an essence toner. This is like 2 steps in one. It is definitely not for the faint of consistency. This is a gel kind of viscous toner. It really is intensely hydrating. This and the iUNIK are both heavier than the Hydrogel Premium, in my opinion, just a little heavier. The Hydrogel Premium still is just a simpler, more elegant and refined kind of texture and formula. In the summer, this is kind of nice to use with an oil and then sunscreen, and you're done. You don't need any additional moisturizer. Next, I want to talk about SkinCeuticals Discoloration Defense. So this treatment is great for all forms of hyperpigmentation, including PIH and PIE. I did videos on both and how to tell the difference. I'll link it down below. This will treat both. So hyperpigmentation is something that I definitely struggle with. They come in the form of sunspots. It's a bit of an ongoing roller coaster ride for me. I'm always treating it, but there are some days where I almost feel like I can barely see anything. It's just a little bit of a hint of a shadow. And then by the next week, it's like so many shades darker. Usually I would never talk about a product treating hyperpigmentation until I've used it at least 12 weeks. It's been about 2 months that I've been using this, going on to 3. I'm making an exception this time because I have started noticing a difference, especially where my PIE is concerned. Treating hyperpigmentation really requires a lot of time and patience, even when you're talking about prescription strength topicals like 4% hydroquinone. That requires 3 to 4 months before you'll start noticing about a 60 to 70% difference. But it's also recommended to be used alongside a supporting cast of actives, such as vitamin C or AHAs and even retinols. Then it will have the maximum effect. I'm saying this because I believe that's how you need to approach hyperpigmentation. It's not expecting one product to do everything for you. So while I'm still being patient with the hyperpigmentation, there is one way in which this has been really effective, and that is with the post-inflammatory erythema. The discoloration for erythema is more vascular than it is about excess melanin, so the treatment of it is about lessening the inflammation. And so I've been getting a whole bunch of really annoying little spots around my jaw. When using this, even while I'm breaking out, I noticed that the redness just did not stick around for long. In fact, it really quickly turned into this tiny little pinprick spot that was more brown. So this has a pretty potent combination of key ingredients. It's got kojic acid, which is a very effective melanin inhibitor. It's also got a whopping 5% niacinamide, and it's got 3% tranexamic acid. So this was developed specifically to target and affect the inflammation that causes pigmentation to occur. So this definitely works well with acne. I can vouch for that because I've had personal great results. But also, it's very effective in treating melasma as well, because it was found that areas affected with melasma tend to be more vascular. Other than these key ingredients, there really isn't a whole lot else. In fact, there's under 15 ingredients. There's no fragrance, no alcohol, no silicones, but it applies really well, or at least I kind of like it. So the way I use this It's meant to be used twice daily, but in the morning, right after my water rinse, I will apply my vitamin C serum first. After waiting a couple of minutes, then I apply this. So after this is everything else and then sunscreen. I really like the texture of this. This is slightly more viscous than my vitamin C serums tend to be, the water-based ones anyway, and it's just very easy to spread. I've become quite obsessed with these eye patches. They're from Heimish. They're the Bulgarian Rose Water Hydrogel eye patch. I did a first impressions of this in my Instagram stories, and so many of you responded. I use these a lot. They're just so soothing, hydrating, and comforting, especially during allergy season when I was going through all of that. My eyes were just like, ugh. I used one of these every single day. They really sort of helped calm down the irritated skin around here, especially because, you know, I'm rubbing. I'm human. Somehow, somewhere, I lost the spatula. But there is a spatula inside of this lid. I love when eye patches are packaged like this rather than being individually packaged. There's 72 pieces in here, and all of them are equally well coated with the serum. And what makes this even more eco-friendly is that these patches are water soluble, so they will eventually dissolve in water. Other than the original ones that came from Shampri, which were my ride or die for a long time, the other imitations do not dissolve in water. That's how you know the difference, but these do. The Rosetta Messina, the scent, is one of my all-time favorites, so it's got a beautiful natural scent from that. Niacinamide is also the third ingredient, so you're getting a nice hefty brightening dose around here, which, you know, is much needed, but one that has been just saving my skin through the spring, and it's just a wonderful summer mask is this new one from Klairs, their Midnight Blue Calming Sheet Mask. Now, I'm a big fan of Klairs' Midnight Blue collection. Their calming cream is just a divine nighttime treatment for soothing your skin, but also, obviously, the Midnight Blue drops. So when I found out that they were coming out with a sheet mask, I was ready for it. So this is actually quite different from the other products. I mean, the first most notable one is that it is not physically a blue color, so they do not have the guaiacylene ingredient in here. And one thing I really appreciate in their packaging is that even though this is a two-part mask, it doesn't have all those extra bits and bobs of paper to separate the two halves. They're just folded on top of each other. Because the material of this mask is quite firm, again, this is made out of bamboo charcoal, which makes it just really lovely, and it's quite sturdy. I really love the way the lower part of this mask is constructed, as well as the top half. I mean, it really tries to cover as much surface area of your skin as possible. It's just nice and tight fitting. There's no added fragrance here, so there is no distinct smell or scent. I feel like it smells of, you know, bamboo charcoal. There's a wonderful cooling effect that doesn't come from anything irritating. No essential oils, no minty anything. It comes from erythritol. This is a non-glycemic sugar alcohol, and very much like glycerin, it's a humectant for our skin. But one side effect it has, and you'll notice if you've ever ingested this, is that it just has this intense cooling effect. So not only will it lower the temperature of your irritated, overheated skin, but it will also hydrate it. This really is refreshing and really great, particularly coming into the summer months, not just for the cooling effect, but also it has a slight clarifying effect as well. This has willow bark extract in it, which is a natural form of salicylic acid. It also contains some tea tree oil, but this entire formula is just very, very gentle and soothing. Even when I put this on irritated red raw skin, it's just soothing and calming. You don't always think of clarifying as something that's great for sensitive skin, but this just really works. So something that came as quite a pleasant surprise to me is Supergoop's Glow Stick. I find myself reaching for this all the time. It's in my bag and I'm always using this. I don't really know what I expected, but it has the word glow on it and it's in the stick form, so I had to try it. So the glow from this does not come from glitter, mica, anything highlighty, sparkly. It actually comes from the fact that this is formulated with dry oils. This is a chemical sunscreen, SPF 50. It is completely invisible. In fact, you can apply so much of this. I actually thought this is something that I would apply before makeup, but I realized that I use this for reapplication the most. I apply this over my makeup, and it's so glidey that it doesn't disrupt the makeup at all. In fact, it doesn't even pick up any makeup on the stick. You have to push the product out, so be careful, don't get over enthusiastic, otherwise you're gonna have to push it back in. I basically just smooth it over my entire face. And I really feel like I'm getting a lot of coverage, like I'm covering everything. Or if you want, you can just use it to spot treat where you want to be highlighted or you want there to be a little glow. It leaves the glow, but it doesn't feel heavy the way a lot of sunscreens can. If you're worried about the hygiene, I always lightly wipe over the surface before I use it. But what this is also really great for is you can use it on your neck, you can use it to apply or reapply on your neck, on your décolletage, on your shoulders, and it leaves the most beautiful radiant sheen to your skin. This really is so handy, and I keep it in my purse whenever I just need some reapplication. I'll just use it, and it's so fast, it's so easy. I have 2 items that are makeup. First is La Prairie's Compact Foundation. It's their Skin Caviar Essence in Foundation. I just love their foundation so much. I honestly feel like it's the best one that I own. This is a waterless foundation. The base of this is their caviar extract, which is in every single one of their formulas. Light as air, even coverage, makes your skin look pretty flawless and lasts the whole entire livelong day. It looks like skin, albeit flawless skin. It's not dewy, but there is radiance. It just makes your skin look really healthy. I feel like it hydrates, but again, it's light as air. So what's great is that usually you get an abysmal amount of product in one of these cushion compacts, but you get 2 refills of 15 ml of product with one of these. So basically you're getting 30 ml of product. I actually don't need concealer with this. It's pretty much all in one, completely evens out my skin tone, but doesn't make me look like I've got coverage. The other makeup item I'm really obsessed with and I've been wearing every single day is from Chanel. It's the Healthy Glow Luminous Multicolor Powder. I got this in medium, and there's so many ways in which you can use this. You can swirl and combine all the colors and wear them together, and you will have that perfect sort of summer peachy bronze blush. Or you can use their brush and just grab individual colors. You can get the peachy blush, and you can also bronze with some of these other colors. Seed Phytonutrients is just such a special brand that was created by L'Oreal. It's hard not to get behind this brand, and they are called Seed Phytonutrients because of their belief that seeds are the most vital and important part of any living plant, and that's where you're going to find ingredients at the most concentrated and pure form. First of all, the packaging is just plain awesome. This is the first ever shower-friendly, waterproof, post-consumer recycled paper packaging. I had it sitting in the shower in a pool of water for quite a long time, and the paper did not disintegrate. This shower gel is one of the first things that I tried from this brand, and I'm already done with it. I went through it so fast, and I love it. When you're almost finished, the casing pulls apart quite easily, and you'll see a surprise. There's a package of heirloom seeds ready to be planted. So this pruny collapsed inner lining is post-consumer recycled plastic. This format uses 60% less plastic than traditional bottle packaging. The shower gel is a jelly cleanser for the body. It's like my favorite Ren shower gels. So there are no harsh sulfates, harsh chemicals, or exfoliants in here. It's very low foaming and uses coconut-derived cleansing agents. This formula is also full of humectants to make sure your skin stays hydrated as you cleanse. This contains sunflower and camelina seed oils, which are very rich in vitamin E, as well as coconut oil. This will not leave a film on your skin. It will completely cleanse, but will not dry out. In fact, I would say the only thing that's not, perfectly wonderful about this is the scent. It took a little bit of time for me to get used to. It's not a bad scent. In fact, it is a fragrance made up of all their natural essential oils. It's just not my kind of thing. And it's not overwhelmingly strong either, but I did get used to it in the end. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want more mini reviews, head over to my Instagram. Otherwise, until next time, I'm wishing you great skin health. Bye.